one message can deliver and can change life of many people. So as we are ready and we are welcoming the holy month of Ramadan and following days to come, more happiness will come. We will come over from this, but we need to go strength by strength. And I hope your words will affect many in their lives. So please, sir.
Thank you, Latif. Thank you for having me over. Especially more so in as the time today we are facing is a strange time. We don't know what is happening, but whatever happens, it happens for the betterment of society, inshallah. And as you say, very soon we should be out of this. We pray that we should be out of this. As far as our talk is concerned, this is a time of introspection. We need to introspect. We need to think within ourselves, go within ourselves, and try to rediscover our own potentialities and our own abilities. This is what I think we should do, and most of us are doing that. Today, what we are going to do is we are going to talk about certain important values that tend to be forgotten. We are forgetful by nature. We forget things. Yeah. So what we will do is we will recall and revisit these things. You see the pun in the words recalling. We are going to call again, and revisiting. We are going to visit again. We are going to talk about a poem that I read. It's a story. It's a beautiful story that I happened to read on the Institute of Ismaili Studies. It's an academic institution in London. I read this poem on this particular website. There was an article written by Dr. Alice Hunsberger, who's a contemporary renowned scholar, and she quoted this poem from Nasir Khusro, who's an 11th century Persian philosopher poet. He's a very influential poet in world literature. So this poem is about a eagle. It tells the tale of an eagle. It goes like this. One day, an eagle soars from its lofty perch and flies high into the sky. As it flies higher and higher, it soars to new heights, and suddenly it goes into a reverie, it goes into a daydream. It starts thinking about its superior qualities, about the talents that it has got. It can soar so high, and it can soar to places where nobody else can go without help. And it can look at the bottom of the ocean from that height and see the tiniest particle. So it starts thinking about its own superiority, about itself being superior to others. And suddenly something happens. The eagle encounters a very strong pain and starts falling down. It looks at it's surprised. It looks at the source of the pain and sees an arrow embedded in its body. So it starts thinking, how can a thing made of stone and wood fly so high and hit me? Then it looks at the arrow, and at the bottom of the arrow, it sees some eagle feathers sticking out. And suddenly it exclaims, the eagle feathers have actually made this inanimate object to fly so high. So there are these climactic words that are quoted in that article, and I quote, "Az mast ki bar mast." These words signify that we have within us the very thing that will take us high or it will bring us down. So what Nasir Khusro does is he gives us simple advice. He says, and I quote from this article, Khusro, cast out your ego and your selfishness. Look at this eagle full of selfish pride. It was the selfishness, excessive sense of self that brought him down. Very simple advice. Friends, we have this self with us everywhere. When we are working, we have our self with us. When we are with our family, in our relationship, we have this self influencing us. With our friends, we have this self with us. We are connected across blurred boundaries, we have this self with us. When we pray, we have this self with us. This self is always with us, and we need to be vigilant and careful of its power, as the above poem has just taught us. We learn by experience, we learn by sharing. And this is a simple message I want to pass on to everyone, that we should be careful of the power within us, and we should harness it for the betterment of all. This is what I wanted to share, and I thank you for listening to me. Inshallah, till the next time. Goodbye.